More trouble for Sony this morning. Former employees of Sony Pictures Entertainment have filed lawsuits against the company following this massive security breach we've been talking about. The suits allege that Sony was negligent because it didn't prepare for a massive cyber attack in spite of warnings and previous security breaches. Attorneys for the former employees say that the hack exposed workers' social security numbers, medical information, even salary info. One attorney says that about 47,000 current and former Sony employees saw their personal data made public. Sony Pictures did not respond to a request for comment on the lawsuit. So we're joining now by Scott Birmingham, our movie critic, to chat a little bit about this, something so many people have been talking about, and especially when it comes to Hollywood and these individuals who, in some cases, were part of these emails and also the information as well. Scotty, your take on it. This lawsuit's a new big one.
Yeah, it's a separate thing because it's about the cyber emails that were going on, which Sony was made aware of in the past, and they just, for whatever reason, chose not to pursue it, and now it's come to light. Well, you would think that when the warnings were there, they would have said, you know what, at least everyone's on alert. We're not going to be sending out these very personal emails. Let's cease and desist, if you will. But that's not what happened. But that kind of off-spurted onto the whole movie element of the interview, which is a whole different animal. This is a movie now that has become the industry's almost sacred cow in a sense. Wow. This is going to be the example that we're putting up there to see what happens. And then they got the threat, cyberbullying is what I call it, of this something could happen along the lines of 9/11. These are guys behind a computer. Really, what do we expect them to do? One thought was that they were going to have something like a Batman incident where a shooter would come in. I highly doubt that would do. The important part here is, though, is the precedent it plays, because now they've decided not to distribute in the theater. Other actors on a creative level say, what is this all about? Now it's kind of controlling what we put out there. Somebody from a different country is now telling us, you can't do this.
Do you think that it potentially puts a hampering on any type of, like, I'd like to do this movie, but I'm not going to do it because I'm afraid, which is what a lot of actors are saying?
And it has already happened. Steve Carell was set to do a film in North Korea. Not happening. Some other stories were going to be, even characters out of North Korea, not going to be happening. How far do you push that envelope? When do you decide it's done with? And this movie stopping is a perfect example of where is that line going to be drawn? Or is it? You know?
Yeah, and
that's the question.
Question too is, if something happened then at these theaters or because of the movie, would Sony be held responsible? We'll be talking about that coming up later in our show. All right, let's go ahead now.